Yeah, I think Winker is essentially the inverse of Mitch Haniger. I think he's a much better hitter against righties than Haniger is against lefties or righties. He just kills. I mean, Winker just kills righties. I personally think Winker is a bigger addition to the lineup than Chris Bryant. I said that right when the trade happened. He's a better hitter, and I think you could probably make a sound argument that he's a better player than Chris Bryant. He's 2 years younger than Chris Bryant. I think Jesse Winker, and we mentioned him as a name as like off the wall trade targets earlier this year. I think he's the perfect fit for this team. I think he's a better player than Michael Conforto would have been as a signing. So love Winker as an addition. I'm kind of with you. I think Eugenio Suarez is kind of really being dragged through the mud by fans that don't have a great grasp or optic of what he's been the last 2 years. This guy, he's like, I don't even have the numbers in front of me, so I could be wrong. He's like 6'3", 220 or something, 6'2", 220. And they've been playing him at shortstop because they don't have a shortstop.
Yeah.
So he's not a shortstop. He's barely a third baseman. He's an average third baseman. You stick that back at third and you let the offense do all of the heavy lifting in terms of WAR. And I think this is a good acquisition.
Yeah, I think even last year when he hit under 200, and that's always going to look weird, but he did still walk 10% of the time, and that certainly helps. In 2020, when he hit 202, he still had a 312 on base percentage to kind of salvage some value. And in 2020, he was an average bat, and last year's WRC plus was down to 85, and that's going to happen when he hit a $198. But he did still hit 31 home runs last year. So, and he was really good the final month of the season. Suarez is generally listed at about 6 feet and 220, just depending on where you look. And
the fact that he was playing at shortstop is
yeah,
that's you just, there's no rhyme or reason why the Reds should have allowed that to happen.
It never made any sense whatsoever. He played a little bit of shortstop in 14 and 15, and then played a total of 6 games of it, 16 through 18. And then, played more shortstop.
You look at the metrics and
crazy.
Eugenio Suarez was awful at shortstop. He has no range for the position. Mm-hmm. It didn't make any sense. You put him back at third base and you just let the bat do the heavy lifting. And, if this guy hits 230 next year with 35 home runs, you just bought Kyle Seager. And what? You got Eugenio Suarez for $10 million a year, $11 million a year for 3 years.
Four years younger Kyle Seager, essentially.
If you go by 3 years for $33 million, Eugenio Suarez needs to be worth like 1.2 WAR every year for this deal to come out even in terms of, coming out nut.
Hey, it's Jason Churchill. To get the full episode, as well as every other episode of the podcast, past and future, subscribe for as little as $5 per month by going to bit.ly/getthepod. That's bit.ly/getthepod, all one word. A link you can also find on my Twitter profile. Hey, thanks for checking out Baseball Things.